And now on to Angel Season 3. This is not one of my favorite seasons. I actually really like the first half of it, but once we get to the second half where they're trying to make a love thing happen between Angel and Cordy, I don't like it. It's just wrong. So we start with Heartthrob. Angel's been off in Sri Lanka at a monastery mourning Buffy's death. And back in LA, Fred hasn't hardly left her room since Angel has left. I love when we go back in Angel's past, especially with Darla. Holtz is a cool bad guy, I have to say. He's one of my favorite bad guys in Angel. So in Angel's past, we meet James and his girlfriend, who are very much in love, and Angel killed his girlfriend without realizing who she was, but she was holding humans hostage, so he had to save them. James has this operation to get his heart removed, and he's invincible for a certain amount of time, so he comes after Angel and dies. And then at the end of this episode, we see that Darla is pregnant. In that vision thing, Cordy's visions are getting worse and actually becoming more than just visions. She's actually getting slashes on her from the vision she had of the demon, and bumps on her face, which Lauren helps them discover that it's Wolfram Hart who is sending her false visions and making them physically manifest on her. So they send Angel on a mission to save a guy who was wrongfully prisoned, except that he's not, obviously, and turns out to be Billy, who we learn more about in a few episodes. This is the first time that we meet Skip, who Angel goes to meet him, who's the guard protecting that guy on fire. Darla's been traveling over the world to figure out what the hell is going on with her and her pregnancy. And then in that old gang of mine, Gunn's old gang is going around killing demons, good ones and bad ones, and putting him in the middle, forcing him to choose sides, which obviously he picks Angel's. In Fredless, Cordy and Wesley's portrayal of what happened when Buffy and Angel met up was pretty funny. Fred's parents show up in this episode to the Hyperion looking for her, and she sees them before they see her and sneaks out. They all catch up with her, and she decides to leave and go back home, but then has a change of heart when she figures out the crystal stuff with that demon, and she finally feels like she's part of the team at Angel Investigations now. I love Fred. And then in Billy, I understand that Cordy wants to learn some fight moves, but I hate seeing Angel train her. These two have like a strong friendship. I don't like seeing them trying to force romantic chemistry between Angel and Cordy when there is none. Billy is the guy who Angel took out of the Hell Dimension for Wolfram Hart and is now wreaking havoc. All he has to do is touch a man and then he beats the crap out of a woman. Wes touched the blood and tried to kill Fred, and so did Gunn, but just for a bit because then Fred knocks him out. Offspring. I hate when Fred says Cordy's a hero. She just gets visions. She's not a hero. But I do like how Angel says there's nothing going on between the two of them. There's no sexual, romantic feelings between them. I hate that Cordy is mad at Angel for not telling her about him and Darla. Who cares? That's none of your business. You're not his girlfriend. He didn't tell anyone he had sex with her. And at the end of this episode, we see that Holtz is back. In Quickening, we go back to the past again and see Holtz chasing Darla and Angelus, and how they're actually at Holtz's house and kills his family. And also when Holtz made that deal with Sajhan, we find out that Gavin, the lawyer who kind of replaced Lindsay at Wolfram Hart, planted bugs at the Hyperion, so they've been listening and watching them and now know that Darla is pregnant with Angel's baby. At the end of this episode, Angel goes back for the scrolls at the Hyperion and sees Holtz, and then Darla goes into labor. And Birthday. This is probably one of my least favorite episodes of Angel. It's Cordelia's birthday. For the record, I like Cordelia. She's always like a comic relief to me. I don't like trying to make her the center of an episode, or I definitely don't like making her Angel's love interest. But anyway, in this episode, she has an out-of-body experience, and she's trying to talk to everyone, but they can't hear or see her. Skip returns and is taking Cordy on a tour of what her life could be. She makes the decision to take on her life as the famous actress, and they show this Mary Tyler Moore type show, Cordy. And so Cordy feels like she's forgetting something, goes to try and help the girl she saw in her vision. And I'm sorry, but if Cordy ever became an actress, she'd not ever give a crap about anyone besides herself. And when she kissed Angel, at first I was like, ew, get off of him. But then realized that that's how she'd get her visions back. I do not believe this is what Angel, Wesley, and Fred's life would be like without Cordy. They'd all be fine and normal. Angel could handle getting the visions. He is a demon. They wouldn't affect him in this way. And I know that the writers have said it's not because he has the visions, it's because Cordy's not in his life. Come on, dude, seriously? I don't believe that. I've been watching Buffy since the first season. I don't believe that. At the end of this episode, she decides to become part demon in order to keep her visions. She wakes up and has another vision, this time no pain, which even Doyle also had some pain, and he was half demon. But anyways, and then she's floating, which is kind of funny. And in Provider, Angel is feeling the pressure to make money for Connor, so he takes on any case he can, spreading Angel investigations pretty thin. Wes and Gunn realizing that they both like Fred is cute. And although I like Fred with Gunn, I think she should have been with Wes the whole time. I really hate the end shot with Angel and Cordy talking about what they do with the money that they got while falling asleep feeding Connor. Every time I see that, I want to scream at the TV, get out of his bed, Cordy. So wrong. Waiting in the wings. Cordy's hair is so bad in this episode. I finally realized why everyone loves this episode so much is because Summer Glau is in it. I do like the concept of this episode, but hate seeing Angel and Cordy making out. Watching Angel and Cordy is horrible. It's like seeing your ex-boyfriend, the good one, with that bitch from high school. I do think it's a great episode. I love the storyline and Summer Glau being a beautiful ballerina. And I like seeing Fred and Gunn first start dating because it's quite cute. But also at the same time, I feel really bad for Wesley. Because he really should have been the one to be with Fred. They're perfect together. Although, like I said, Fred and Gunn are really cute too. And in Couplet, seriously, I'm sorry, but I don't believe that Angel would ever have feelings for Cordelia. I know she's grown since her time in Sunnydale, but it's still Cordelia. It's just wrong and gross and wrong. Now, Cordy and the Guru Slug make sense. They actually have some chemistry together. Gunn and Fred are really cute in this episode too. Oh, and this is the episode that we first see the father will kill the son prophecy. Loyalty. Angel is the cutest dad ever with his overprotective, super loving self. Why didn't Wesley just tell everyone, especially Angel, about the prophecy instead of keeping it to himself and obviously freaking out about it? I hate that it makes it seem as though Angel would actually kill Connor and making it mandatory for Wesley to kidnap him. Obviously that's the point, but I still hate it. Sleep tight. Oh, Wesley. The father will kill the son. This is the episode where Wolfman Hart spiked Angel's pig's blood with Connor's blood. Wesley, how could you beat up Lorne? Oh, Wesley stole Connor and then Justine slashed his throat and took Connor, and her and Holtz planned to take him to Utah and raise him as Stephen Franklin Thomas. But then Wolfman Hart intervened and Sajan opens a Hell Dimension portal where Holtz and Connor leave. In Forgiving, Wes is still lying on the ground bleeding from his throat, slashing wound. Angel kidnaps Linwood from Wolfman Hart to find Sajan to rip through the dimensions again and get Connor back. We actually find out that Sajan was the one to rewrite the father will kill the son prophecy to make it seem as though Angel would kill Connor, obviously. And Angel goes to see Wesley in the hospital and attempts to kill him at the end of this episode. Double or Nothing. It was nice not having Cordy around the last two episodes with the awkward and gross Angel has feelings for her wrongness. Gunn has to deal with this casino demon where he has to turn his soul in now, and has the brilliant idea to be a jerk to Fred and break up with her and not put her in danger, essentially. But he's really mean about it, and I feel really bad for Fred in this episode. The price. Here's the price for Angel performing the dark arts in the last episode to get Sajan to be solid so Angel could fight him. And Fred gets infected by the parasite demon, and Gunn goes to Wesley for help. And then Cordy did that weird glowy thingy and kills the rest of the bugs. If you couldn't guess by now, she's my least favorite character on Angel, and can't wait for season 5. And at the end, the Destroyer shows up along with Connor and the hi dad. A new world. Connor is back and is a teen. Lila visits Wesley for the first time and offers him a place at Wolfman Hart. Yeah, Angel doesn't need you, Cordy. Go away. I do feel bad for Angel though here because here's Connor back and grown up, and what's he supposed to do? And then we see Holtz is back too. In Benediction, we see that Holtz tells Connor to stay with Angel because he's an old man and is going to die soon. But then has Justine stab his neck twice to look like Angel bit and killed him. In Tomorrow, Gru leaves Cordy because he knows she has feelings for Angel. Okay, Angel and Cordy don't have sexual romantic chemistry. There is no vibe there. I can't understand why they tried to make this happen. They actually seem more like brother and sister than anything else to me, because you can tell that there's this bond between them and that they care about each other, and it's more like family. There's just nothing romantic, I guess, or sexual I can see there. At least with Buffy and Spike, you could see the sexual feelings, but with Angel and Cordy, I don't get it. Cordy gets a visit from Skip and starts her ascension to the powers that be. Connor, after teaming up with Justine and just being the little punk that he is, sends Angel to the bottom of the ocean. Thank God Angel and Cordy never actually hook up. And now for my favorites for Angel Season 3. First one is Carpe Noctem. There have been some mysterious deaths, and the gang is investigating at this gym when Angel notices an old man peeping out his window from across the street. This old man, Marcus, casts a spell, and they switch bodies. So Marcus, as Angel, is like hitting on every girl he sees, Cordy, Fred, and then Lila, who he actually starts getting it on with until he bites her, which he then realizes that Angel's a vampire. I just love this episode. And then at the end we see that Cordy tells Angel that Willow is on the phone and Buffy is alive, which is interesting because I was wondering who was it that told Angel. I didn't realize it was Willow, but makes sense. And in Lullaby, Darla is in labor and feeling the soul that the baby has, and she loves it, and she doesn't want it to leave her because she knows she won't love it anymore once he's born. Lauren finally gets Caritas reopened, and Holt sends down a bomb. Darla kills herself in the alley, and Connor is born, really just left from the ashes of Darla. Holt hesitates and lets Angel go because he's holding a baby, and then realizes how he can actually get back at him. And then my last favorite for Angel Season 3 is Dad. I know that it soothed Connor to have Angel put on his vamp face, but it was a little creepy. Flo, the lady from the Progressive commercials, makes her first appearance on Angel in this episode. Holt is recruiting some new warriors instead of minions and gets Justine. The graveyard scene with Justine and Holt was weird. Obviously, it was like Buffy and Watcher-like, especially with the pop culture references lost on me a bit, but it was a little weird. Well, that's it for this review. I know it's not like the happiest reviews because these are not my favorite seasons, but I am looking forward to finishing up Buffy, continuing on with Angel. I'm Anjuli Velazquez. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next review.